Do you support the death penalty?
You know, some people just need to die, I'm gonna be honest.
In some circumstances, yes.
If you walk this earth and you are pure evil, like, well, what's the point of you being here? It's just some people are like serial killers, they gotta go.
I don't think anyone really has the right to like say, oh, you're dead. Like,
then the death penalty should only be used for people that can't be rehabilitated.
Because I don't believe that anybody needs to die.
The value of a human life is too great. Push prison to be more about rehabilitation and less about punishment.
Minnesota burning. Minnesota's hottest fake news network. Welcome back. On this episode of Minnesota Burning, the staff will be heading to Dinkytown, located in Minneapolis. It is located in Hennepin County. The city should lean liberal. The burning question for tonight is, do you support the death penalty? And the cold question is, what do you regret seeing? All right, let's begin.
Do you support the death penalty?
In some circumstances, yes.
Why is that?
Because it depends on the case.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? The death penalty is wrong because let's just say if there's new evidence, you killed an innocent person.
Of course it's wrong, but I don't think you should make it a death penalty based on like, if I knew the whole story, I would accuse him, but like, it depends on the...
So you just feel like if there's enough evidence, then it's good.
It depends on the evidence and amount of evidence. If we're skeptical, let's move on. Like, life sentences is great.
Okay. And what do you regret seeing?
What do I regret seeing? I regret seeing innocent people die.
Do you support the death penalty?
In certain cases, I do, yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
I feel like in heinous crimes, like if it was, let's just say, rape and murder, right? That's a sensitive topic, but I feel like in those cases, people who commit those crimes, I feel like that crime does fit.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you say to the people in the comments? The death penalty goes against a lot of people's religion. Why are you going against someone's religion by killing someone?
I understand if they want to say like it goes against religion. I'll respect that because it is a religion. So, but at the end of the day, I feel like if you walk this earth and you are pure evil, like, well, what's the point of you being here, right?
Yeah.
Like, in some cases, I do, I'm like, okay, he should get the life sentence because he committed so much crimes or whatever. And like, he should live out the remaining of his life in jail. Yeah. But at some point, I was gonna be like, okay, yeah, you gotta get this dude out of here.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. And what do you regret seeing?
Seeing, to be honest, I can't think of anything I regret seeing. There's nothing in life that I regret seeing.
Do you support the death penalty?
I would say I would, yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
You know, certain people, they just like, they prove over and over again, they committed heinous crimes, like say murder, or like, you know, some people just need to die, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they've usually given chances like prison, and say someone in prison and they kill another person in prison. Obviously, they can't be a functioning member of society, so you gotta take them out, you know?
What do you say to the people in comments? Prison is torture enough. They are already going through torture. Why do you have to kill them afterwards?
Well, if you think about it that way, wouldn't killing them be better than torture? So like, if anything, you're easing their pain. So like, you feel me?
Okay. And what do you regret seeing?
Honestly, I don't regret seeing nothing, because, you know, all my experiences, they made me who I am today. And so, shit, yeah, I don't regret seeing nothing.
Do you support the death penalty?
Yeah, I think I do, yeah.
Why is that?
It's just some people shouldn't be on this earth. Like, I'm saying everyone has a right to live, but it's just some people are like serial killers. They gotta go. They can't really do nothing in life.
What do you say to the people in comments? If you kill someone, let's just say there's new evidence that comes about. That's an innocent life gone for no reason.
Well, if that's the situation, if those people don't deserve it, some people who are questionable, you don't send them. Like, I'm talking about like serial killers, mass serial killers.
So you're saying if there's enough evidence?
If there's enough evidence, obviously. If there's enough evidence to back up crime that you like killed 20 people, then yes. But if it's like you just killed one guy and they're not really sure, it ain't worth it.
Okay. And what do you regret seeing?
I low-key regret seeing some of these people that I hang out with. I'm like, yo, y'all not even good people. Why am I with y'all sometimes?
Do you support the death penalty?
I would say yeah. I would say yeah too.
Why is that?
I feel like some situations, like, you know, it's valid, like, say, like, rape charges or, like, sexual assault, but, like, I feel like that should be, like, the only, you know, situation. Or, like, someone killing, like, taking a life.
Okay.
I think I would agree for the most part. I don't feel like, okay, taking a life, I don't think you should get a death penalty. But like going along with like the rape and stuff like that, I think some situations it could happen.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? The death penalty is bad because new evidence might come out and you just killed an innocent person.
Okay, that being said, you know, I feel like it should only be okay if like there's rock solid evidence, because I don't think anyone really has the right to like say, oh, you're dead. Like you have a right to like the death penalty, but like I feel like it should only be okay if there's like a specific evidence that proves that they genuinely did it. And if there's not, like it's on the fence, and it's like I don't think it's not even worth risking the life.
I agree.
All right. And what do you regret seeing?
I saw there was a janitor at my old school, and I saw him fall off the roof and like die.
Oh my!
That was actually very traumatizing.
Oh. Whoa,
yeah, that was very traumatizing.
Which school?
This is like a school in Wisconsin called Woodlands East. It's a Montessori school.
Okay.
Me, I feel like I regret seeing a lot of stuff, honestly. Like, I've seen like a lot of deaths online, just random, like not even like people I know, just like random stuff. Like, I regret seeing all that. That's just crazy. It shouldn't be.
I wish social media was more like sensitized. Like, I don't want to be able to see someone blowing their brains out. Like, that's just so much.
Do you support the death penalty?
So I think it's circumstantial, personally.
Okay. Why is that?
I think if like somebody does something super heinous, where there's no chance, they personally don't feel like any guilt towards it, and they're probably not going to change as a human being, then and they did something so heinous to another person that needs to be evened out.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? Prison is already torture enough. Why do we have to kill them?
I think prison isn't supposed to be torture. I think it's supposed to change you. I don't know exactly what the word would be, but it's supposed to rehabilitation. And then I think that's a system that we need to change in and of itself. But if assuming that does its purpose properly, then the death penalty should only be used for people that can't be rehabilitated.
Okay. And what do you regret seeing?
I remember this one video that was super gruesome. It was a cartel, just like it was taking a lady and just beheading her. But it wasn't a clean cut. That's what it was weird about. It was like had to saw it off.
Do you support the death penalty?
No, I do not.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I don't believe that anybody needs to die for their opinion.
I see. Okay. What would you say to the people in comments? The death penalty is good because some people are too evil and they just need to get off the earth.
The thing is, I believe that if it depends on the level that they are, if it's like that they murdered people, maybe so. But right now, with how everything's going on and how politicals are right now, I do not believe death penalty is a thing. Because the thing is, no matter what, how bad you do, I do not believe that you should be killed for what you do. Because taking your life for a crime, I never believe that that's right.
Okay, perfect. And is there anything you regret seeing with your eyes?
I mean, it might get too personal, but my father, I would never want to see him be faced to that penalty, so I would never want anybody else to be seen to that penalty. So, yeah.
Do you support the death penalty?
I do not support the death penalty.
Why is that?
I don't think that people need to die, and I think that people should be 100% sure before people die on this planet.
What would you say to the people in comments? The death penalty helps the victim sleep at night.
I think that historically, if you look back, a lot of families feel like remorse for the victim, for the victim and for the person who dies. I think that it's important that people move on and feel like comfort with the things that are going on. But yeah, I think justice is due for everyone.
Gotcha. And what do you regret seeing?
I regret seeing innocent people die. I mean, you never want to see innocent people die, so I think just peace in general is probably the way to go.
Do you support the death penalty?
I do not support the death penalty.
Okay. Why is that?
I think that the risk that you would have a false conviction is too great, and the value of a human life is too great, and that we shouldn't take the power of life and death into our into our hands for the risk that we might make a mistake. And that is why I do not support the death penalty.
What do you say to the people in comments? The death penalty is easy money-wise because we're just wasting money on evil people.
People who think that they can put a value on human life with money are people I don't respect the opinion of.
Gotcha. And what do you regret seeing?
I don't regret seeing much in my life.
Do you support the death penalty?
I do not.
Why is that?
I believe everybody's life has a purpose, and nobody should be taken because they've made a mistake.
Okay. What do you say to the people in comments? The death penalty helps the victims move on.
I don't believe in that. I believe finding somebody who you can talk through it with is a lot more powerful than watching somebody else get their life taken in a painful way.
Gotcha. And what do you regret seeing?
The movie Just Mercy about Walter McMillan, who was wrongfully convicted about killing somebody's daughter, and he was sentenced to the death penalty.
Do you support the death penalty?
Well, no.
Okay. Why is that?
I think it's really immoral to murder people just because they've done something really bad. And I think that there are better ways to punish people and to rehabilitate people than the death penalty.
What do you say to the people in comments? Prison is like torture, and some people are sick of being tortured and they just want to die.
Well, I'd probably say that our prison system definitely needs to be reformed. It's definitely not a great system, but there's a lot of people working to fix that. But yeah, I think that's a valid opinion in a lot of ways, but there's also a lot of people working to push prison to be more about rehabilitation and less about punishment.
Gotcha. And what do you regret seeing?
I regret seeing, I clicked on a video of seeing 9/11 jumpers, and that was really traumatic. So.
All right, that was the last interview. Hit the music. Thank you for watching. If you want early access to videos, you can join our Patreon. Link will be in the description. Lastly, if you have specific questions you want asked in a video, the video request PayPal link can be found in this video's descriptions or pinned comment. See you next time.